This is sportsbookreview.com, and we're off to California for the Rose Bowl to cover all the National College Bowls. There's been some dogs eating plenty. Talking of dogs eating plenty, I'm going to go over to California myself and see the big boss. And over to the east, we've got the big Ragoo. We've got the Oregon Ducks taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin Badgers from the west, big boss. Tell me all about them.
Hey. Welcome to LA. You know, that's what I got to say about this game. You know, the Rose Bowl, wonderful stadium, beautiful place. Parkside Park is where it's at, though. Small park right outside the Rose Bowl. That's where you get your pregame on. But this Wisconsin-Oregon game in tradition fashion right here. But let's dive deep into the X's and O's on this. Now, Wisconsin defense, number 8 in the nation, let's not forget, they were even higher than that. So they have an excellent defense coming in this one and a 10-3 season. And Oregon here, they pride themselves on defense. They're trying to develop something here at Oregon. Wisconsin has been doing what they've been doing for years. And Wisconsin's no stranger to the Rose Bowl, and Oregon's no stranger to the Rose Bowl either. But in this one right here, I think Wisconsin comes and lays the hammer on them because Oregon's offense has been shown to struggle here and there. And like I said, they pride themselves on the defense. Between the two teams, they both not giving up too much over 30 points per game together. So big time lean to the under in this one. I don't know how the points are going to get on the board. Wisconsin's going to run the ball up and down the field. Oregon's going to sizably up front. They're going to be able to stop them at times. But I think the coaching, the tradition, the team playing together as one sound, Wisconsin pushes through maybe in the second half to get ahead of Oregon. But probably very, very, very low-scoring game, probably under 40, 30, somewhere up in there. It's going to be a nice one, nice slugfest right here, unless I don't see how either of these teams could get loose from the other team's defense. But
Boss, we're looking at a total of 51.5, and you're telling me 30s. Is this an absolute banger under?
Hey, in the words of our guy, Noli knows, dead under. Looks like a dead under on paper right here.
Noli knows.
You got two teams that are they're not giving up much yards on defense total either. Wisconsin's holding teams down to 293 a game, and Oregon's not doing bad themselves, holding teams to 329. Now, they both are excellent on the run and can also defend the pass. So it's going to be difficult to score in this game. I don't, unless I can't even come up with a scenario to make myself believe that these teams could take off scoring on each other.
Ragoo, we've got two good sides here. I'm happy to go with the Badgers -3. I mean, there may be a 2.5 around there, but you're going to have to pay for that. I reckon the field goal, the Badgers get it done.
Listen, the last game that Oregon played was at Utah, that Pac-12 championship, and you talk about defense, right? Everybody was talking about Utah's defense this, Utah's defense that, but when I preached about Oregon's defense, they showed up in a big way. But let's not forget, that's a pretty emotional game that they played, and they left it all on the field in that game. They left no doubt for that particular instance. So now they get to make that nice trip down the street to Pasadena. And Wisconsin, on the other hand, they're runner-ups to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship, so that's their consolation prize. And they've been there before, like DJ says. And this is a team that lines up the big guns across the offensive line, and they come at you with a guy named Jonathan Taylor, who was a Heisman Trophy candidate, NFL-bound player for sure. We know what they're going to do, and the quarterback, Jack Cohn, he's done enough of the right things this year to kind of spread the ball downfield, playing off that big run attack that they have there. So you know what you get, Wisconsin. You're going to get the beef coming at you right up the middle, try to get some edge play, seal the edges, and throw some ball downfield with a little play action. Now, in order for Oregon to succeed in this game, they're going to live and die by Justin Herbert. Now, this kid is a pretty good quarterback, but the thing that he's going to have to do, he's going to have to move the pocket a little bit and try to get the ball downfield also. I'm not sure about Oregon's running game. Like DJ says, Wisconsin's defense in that Big Ten, they're set up to stop the run. So it's going to have to be a pretty special effort by Justin Herbert for them to cash this game out. And I think Wisconsin's probably up to the task a little bit more here just because of their defense, and they're going to contain Herbert.
51.5. You're putting yourself in that position of saying, I think both these Ds turn up. We need them to be on their game because if they're a little bit off, that 51.5 is vulnerable. I'm happy to go under, Ragoo. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
No, I wouldn't say you're wrong. I wouldn't say you're 100% right, but I'd probably say you're probably 80% right and maybe 20% wrong. The only way that this game gets to the over is, they're going to have to be a major meltdown by one side or the other, as far as, a couple 3 turnovers, maybe a pick 6 involved. I don't see the real big plays coming here. I just see a lot of defensive efforts that are going to kind of contain the edges a little bit. And, we're going to, like I say, they're going to try to stop the Wisconsin run, and they got to contain Herbert on the other side. So I think the first half under might be a good look in this spot also.
Yeah, I don't really like that 20% under, not with my luck. I've been known to be 99.9% right and 0.1% wrong, and the 0.1% means I don't get paid. I can find a way to get beat when I'm 17 points up with less than 2 minutes to go in the final quarter. But we're going to go with Bet Online -3 and 51.5 points a total. Go to sportsbookreview.com/Bet Online. Press that button. Have a good read. Educate yourself. Do yourself a favor and get over there and press that button. We're going to go from California and the Rose Bowl. We're going to go to New Orleans for something sweet. It's the Sugar Bowl. See you soon.